back to the show. I'm Nate Taves. I'm here with
Thomas Sawyer.
And we're here to talk about Thomas's wedding and what's going on these days. Now, prior to your wedding, we did one where we were talking about it coming up and all the crazy stuff that was going to happen.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
So now that it's actually happened and you've seen how much of the crazy stuff happened, how do you feel?
I thought it went really, really well. In fact, I thought that it couldn't be better. But then, they say that something goes wrong with every wedding, right?
Right.
And it didn't come until a few days after when we found out that our photographer lost all of our wedding photos. I know I'm laughing, but that's like an awkward laugh. It's kind of like, wow, how did you do that one with all the technology these days?
Yeah.
No, but that aside, it was awesome. You gave me a great roast for the rehearsal dinner that set the stage. Jonathan was Jonathan.
Yeah.
Sarah was...
You want to talk about the roast for a second?
The rest?
The roast.
Oh, the roast?
Yeah. For example, like your brother throwing you under the bus for a massive dump.
Yep. Me taking dumps. It's a true story. It just wasn't the most appropriate time to probably tell it in that detail. Yeah, when he and I were, let's say, 12 years and younger, we used to fight a lot, right? It's just a natural competition between brothers.
Sure.
So on my end, to spite him, I used to try to figure out when he would, begin his bedroom routine and take a shower. So he was very methodical. And I would purposely plan it so I would eat a big dinner, and about that time that he wanted to go take a shower, I would have to go relieve myself and would basically wait for him, to signal, okay, I'm going to go take a shower now. Race him to the bathroom, do a big one, and make it really, really stink. And then he would be stuck taking that shower because my mom wouldn't allow him to use the other bathroom in my dad's room to shower. And my parents didn't catch on to that for years. I'm not kidding. I don't know how I got away with it, but I did for so long. So he would suffer almost, 3 times a week or something like that.
Right, and he clearly remembered it to this day because he was kind enough to bring that up during the wedding rehearsal dinner during the roast.
I know. So he really got me back in front of all my new family members.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, and all your old friends and family members.
People still like me, I guess. I don't get as many phone calls anymore from them, but...
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to spite my brother, but they did massive shit. Yeah, that's a rather word winner there, Thomas.
Yeah.
But yeah, so he threw you under the bus for that.
Yeah, that's all good though.
Yeah, then I got up immediately after him. I don't know how that worked out, but it did. But it was funny because in my defense, I'll explain why in my defense in a minute, but in my defense, Jonathan asked me to do the Baconator Bad Omen story.
Oh, of course, yeah. Once wasn't enough.
Right. Yeah, no, he was like, can I do a request, story while you're talking? I said, well, it depends on what it is. He goes, oh, well, if you done that Baconator Frosty Float story. It's like, yeah, you can ask, doesn't mean I'll do it. And then, he's talking about you taking a massive dump because he had 3 drinks or 4 drinks at that point. Yeah. It was like, okay, I know I'm going to get asked the question, so I might as well head him off and just do it.
Yeah.
And then it's like, everybody had maybe a minute to 7 to talk.
Yeah.
And Jonathan went really long with his.
Oh, yeah.
And P-Wall went really long with his, where it was like 7 minutes for both of them. And it was okay because it was funny, but it was one of those things of like the amount of detail that was in those stories. It was like we could have lost some of that detail and still had it been funny.
Yeah.
So for me, it was like, okay, how do I keep people on my side? Keep it short.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the one thing I have to be worried about. Now, if I'm going to keep it short, what do I have to cut out?
Yeah.
Well, there's one joke that I know won't play.
Yeah.
So let me cut that.
Yeah.
That was a joke about Donovan.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, cut that.
Yeah.
Andy Donovan, for those who are wondering.
Yeah.
The joke about P-Wall had to be trimmed a little bit.
Yeah.
Because I was going to say, ask him later, he'll tell you.
Yeah.
I was like, okay, that needs to be cut. So I cut that down. I said, okay, I can't do the pre-marriage jokes. I can't do the joke about Jerry Lewis. I can't do the joke about Abbott and Costello.
Yeah.
So, cut.
Yeah.
And I need to have something nice to say.
Yeah.
So,
that's kind of you.
So I just did this like quick edit system while your brother was talking.
Yeah.
And I had no idea in what order anything was going to come out right. It was just like, let me just treat this like I'm winging it and see how it works.
Sure.
So I did all the judicial edits, listened to your brother, and then you said it, and now it made Taves. I went, fuck. In my head, directing on about this. Shit, here we go. And it's always because I was saying near a priest that I said shit, not fuck.
Yeah.
So I took my time getting up from the table, and I got up, and then I did what you saw me do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Perfect. Which I can't even remember in what order I did it because I was paying too much attention to trying to talk loud enough for people to hear my voice over the music.
Yeah.
That I was
I know. Yeah, it wasn't ideal.
But I know that I took a shot at the priest.
Well, you did. Yeah.
Yeah. And
he still remembers that.
Yeah. Yeah, and he was kind enough to say, keep going.
Yeah.
So, like, your excuse for doing what you're doing kind of thing.
Yeah.
So that was kind of funny. And for those who couldn't see, I just decided to cross with my head in terms of the way that the priest did it, where it was like, yeah, you're all keep going.
Yeah.
Which I'm quite sure is a joke, but anyway.
Yeah.
So I proceeded to tell the story about Thomas, and the story goes as follows: that he and I went to the movie theaters to see the movie The Omen, the remake, in, was it 2006?
Yeah.
So we went, and this was up in Burlington, Vermont. We went to, I think it was Williston, Vermont, to see it.
Yep.
And so we went in, and we're the only two in the screening room. And this is after having bacon ears and frosty floats.
Oh, yeah.
So we had bacon ears and frosty floats, went in, sat down. Now, Thomas has a gastrointestinal thing that you heard me ribbing him about on the last Movie Violations episode, if you pay attention there.
Yeah.
If not, let me do it again. Gastrointestinal disability. Okay, go ahead. So, he has this gastrointestinal thing, and again, I'm not saying this maliciously because
it happens.
Good natured, dude.
Yeah.
But it could certainly take the skin off your teeth if he farts hard enough. So, bacon ears and frosty floats were not exactly the best idea to do with them.
No.
And so, we're sitting in the theater, and these two very pretty young ladies came in, came up behind us, and sat maybe a couple of rows back from us.
Yeah.
And we're sitting there, and we're waiting for the movie to start, and he and I are kind of talking in low tones and stuff. And all of a sudden you hear this rumble from the seat next to me. And then you see the girls from behind us get up and walk out of the theater down the stairs, and as they're going down the stairs passing us to the main level of the screening room, they're holding their noses with their hands, and they're coughing somewhat, so they leave the screening room by turning right and exiting. And I'm sitting there, and Thomas is completely oblivious to this. Until I pointed out to him just before the movie starts. And now I liked the remake of The Omen.
Yeah.
But the critics didn't.
Yeah.
So, in order to tell the story years later to his family members and to other people, I titled it The Bad Omen.
Appropriately so.
Yeah. So I called it that, and that's the story that I told at the roast.
Yep.
And so now for weeks afterwards, this is the first time I've seen Thomas since the wedding in person.
Yeah.
I've video chatted with him a couple of times and done a couple of phone conversations, probably the first time I've seen him in person since then. Up until this point, he keeps trying to say to me, you and my brother threw me under the bus for shit and farts. And it's like, not for nothing, but you did that to yourself, number one, in terms of your brother doing that.
Yeah.
And two, notice I was trying to cut off Jonathan from asking the question because you know that question would have been a lot worse if it had been asked during.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, and hopefully you realize that I also made it a lot more PG than I could have.
Oh, you did, yeah. Yeah. The stench.
Yeah.
The lingering stench.
That's nothing like different stone. You can peel paint. Oh, God. I mean, it was
so I can crack paint, but he can peel it, huh?
He could peel it down to like the frickin' insulating boards that they put in the housing now.
God. No, I remember that one time we were hanging out in your basement for your birthday party with Sebastian and what did we eat? I remember he really
was pizza.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, and it was awful. Like, the bus driver would drive with the windows open in the winter because of his farts.
So he did it in the classroom too?
Yeah, he did it in the classroom, and it would clear out the classroom and be like, class dismissed.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so it's that kind of a thing. But also on the bus where you couldn't escape, so...
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, and the windows would be open in the winter, so there would be snow coming into the bus, drenching our homework while we're trying to do it, and he'd be farting his brains out, and then he'd go, Dude, I got a problem. It's like, you think? Or to
He
put
probably has
it,
like lactose intolerance or something.
yeah, yeah, but, or to put it another way, it's the way it should have probably been said was, gee, you think?
Yeah.
For those who couldn't say, I was just holding my nose.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
So, anyway, that was the difference for me. And that's the difference between the two. He could peel paint with his, and the worst thing that you could do is just crack paint.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, you might take the lining off of somebody's dentures, but...
Oh, yeah.
Anyway, I'm sure your wife would be very happy to hear this stuff right about that.
Oh, sure. Any ammunition you can give her, she loves.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, wait till you have your first big fight and just slip it on the couch.
Yeah, well, that can happen. She did ban me from eating, like, vanilla ice cream, and I can't have American cheese.
Gee, I wonder why.
And I can only have one glass of milk a day. That's it.
Yeah, so tomorrow you're going to get provolone cheese on your cheese stick.
Yeah. I might say American by default, but you can correct me.
No, because I'm going to remind you on the way in the car that it's provolone.
Not American?
Yeah. Yeah, I refuse to let you have Americans because I know what it does to you.
Yeah. I appreciate that.
For anybody listening, if you ever get together with Thomas for whatever the reason, if you have that privilege, whatever you do, make sure that you don't get near him if he's had American cheese. Stay at least 30 feet away.
Yeah, actually, Sarah thinks I have a lactose sensitivity, not intolerance.
Yeah, I would believe that there's insensitivity there.
I agree with that one too.
Yeah, and I would say, to be fair, that the provolone will be better for your stomach in that regard than the American would be.
Because we noticed that I can have yogurt and a half a glass of milk, but if I have like something cheese on top of it, like cheeseburger, you think,
forget about it.
Forget about it.
Yeah, well,
that's my threshold.
Yeah, well, here's the thing that I've figured out. American cheese has a lot of fat in it.
Yeah.
So you might have a fat intolerance as part of that.
Yeah.
So, because the things that you're talking about, burgers, cheesesteaks, and cheese in general, has fat.
Yeah.
So if you eat the low-fat cheeses, then you should be okay.
Yeah.
Which does not mean cheddar or American.
Right.
It means like provolone, and that's about it.
That's about it. Yeah. Maybe Swiss, I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be mozzarella, I'll tell you that.
I do like mozzarella, but
yeah, so much for those cheese sticks, huh?
And goat cheese too.
Yeah. I won't be doing that anytime soon. So anyway, so if you do provolone, it will cut down on that.
Yep.
Why am I giving it health advice? I just realized that.
You're like Dr. Oz or whatever.
Yeah. That's it. Ouch. Anyway.
Sorry.
I've been now prepared for the show that I try not to watch.
A little bit of provolone and follow these 5 steps to anti-stress or de-stress yourself, and you're good.
Well, to me, it's like the stress thing. I can't tell you what to do because everybody's got their own thing.
Yeah.
For me, it's movies or writing.
For me, it's video games. I think. Reading a book.
By the way, have you read any more of that Gutfeld?
No, it's on my bookshelf though. So I will be reading it.
That's good.
Yep.
Coming soon, new book.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, he's working on it.
Oh, cool. Is it called Too Cool?
No title yet, released for it.
Okay.
But anyway, it takes about a couple of years to write a book, so.
Yeah, it does.
But anyway, so, So, I mean, you do what you can in terms of de-stressing yourself at a given point, but in terms of your eating habits, like, probably the less dairy that you have, the better.
Yeah.
In terms of the cheese, I'm pretty sure you could ask at the theater if we go to the movie theater at any time to have provolone cheese instead of American.
Yeah.
I'm not positive, but pretty sure you could ask.
I kind of a little American here. I just have to make sure I don't have any of the dairy.
Right. Right. Well, I mean, there's also butter on the thing, though, so.
Okay.
Yeah. But I'm telling you, like, that is the least heaviest thing on their menu at Chunky's. Otherwise, you wind up something like the Hollywood Squares, the cheese fries.
Oh yeah.
With bacon.
Yeah.
Or you wind up with the onion rings or the burgers and stuff. All high fat, heavy.
Yeah.
Foods.
I mean, I can eat burgers, but not super greasy.
Well, all the food is greasy at
Gotcha.
So.
We'll figure that out.
So, well, that's what I'm telling you. The least greasy is.
Grilled cheese.
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, so we digress. The point is, provolone will be your friend.
Okay.
So if we go back to peeling the enamel off your teeth, that would be cut down if you do.
Provolone.
Yeah. So just kind of keep that in mind when you're doing
ordering.
Just start training yourself. Provolone is your friend. Provolone is your friend. I almost feel like Tim Curry saying provolone because it's like, Mr. Provolone. It was one of the lines from Oscar, if you remember that movie. There's a reach if I ever had one. So anyway, at your wedding, I did the roast.
Right.
For some reason, I did this joke about this guy Pat Wall that we know.
Yeah.
Where I said, it's nice to see P. Wall again, this time with his pants on. And it got a laugh.
Yeah.
A lot bigger than the one I just got. But when I was done telling that joke at the end of the thing, Pat Wall came over to me and said, I want to thank you for telling that joke about me. I really liked it. It was good. And it's like, where the fuck am I? I'm being thanked by a guy I just roasted? And then, I was getting it from other people the next day where it was like, thank you, that made my weekend. It's like, you must be having a really shitty weekend.
Yeah, right.
So, anyway, that was funny. Highlights for me of your wedding service.
Yeah.
I know the whole thing was a highlight for you.
Yeah.
But highlights for me were Father Wolf talking.
Yeah.
And Jenny singing.
Yeah.
And watching Andy Donovan genuflect as he was heading to the altar to move stuff around.
I know, yeah. It's so inappropriate.
Yeah. So that was kind of the highlights for me of the actual service.
Yeah.
Now, if we go with, obviously you guys have the kisses in there, but if we work with purely other stuff that's more mentionable, those were the highlights.
Yeah, sure.
For the reception, the fun stuff, do most of the fun stuff, and then I'll do a holy shit. Now, no pun intended on the fact that I was just talking about church, by the way.
Yeah.
Or shit, for that matter. So, alright, the highlights of the reception were seeing Jenny do the worm.
Yep.
Tom's cousin Jenny did the worm at the wedding reception. What's his name's Jonathan's speech.
Yep.
I liked the dancing that happened between you and your mom, Sarah and her dad.
Yeah.
Again, to that in 1 second, and Jetty and Donovan, and your dad getting put up on the dance floor during Love Shack.
Yeah, that was fun.
And what was the other one that was good? The shout.
Yes.
From Animal House. You make me want to shout that one. The funniest part though of that was the DJ doing all the Belushi stuff from the movie. As he's going down the floor, he's do exactly what Belushi did going down to the floor. When he's coming back up, he was a little bit lower now. He's doing the exact same thing that Belushi was doing.
Yeah.
So if you haven't seen Animal House, go rent Animal House, watch it. It's hysterical, but when you get to the scene where they're playing the song Shout, you make me want to shout, put my hands up, shout. That song, look at what Belushi's doing in there. And that's what the DJ was doing at Thomas's wedding. It's pretty damn funny. So there's that. Now, in terms of the dance that Sarah did with her dad, I told you this, but I'm doing it for the record here. I had a little bit of a hard time with it. It's not that it was a bad song or a bad dance or anything. It was a beautiful thing to watch. And it was a nice song. But for me, that song brought back memories of Merce. And how I'd been at her wedding and watched her dance with her father to a different song. And when you're hearing the lyrics "Forever Young," which is the song, you kind of can't help but think when somebody's died young that they are forever young.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what was going on in my head. So I was seeing flashes of that and getting little twinges of pain from it. But, that's nothing that you guys could have done anything about. It was just one of those emotional reactions to hearing a song that makes you think of something. But I mean, it was great fun. Now, the holy shit that I was talking about of the reception was the fact that Jenny, your cousin, got me to dance.
Yeah.
Now, I do not tell the story too lightly, but it is amusing. I really cannot dance. I have 2 left feet. I can prove I have 2 left feet by switching shoes, but that's another story. But anyway, I do not dance well. At least I don't think I do. Let's put it that way. Because apparently your dad thought I did.
No, Jenny did too. She told me.
That's news to me because I no idea what the hell I'm doing. But it's one of those things. It was strange because she was leading the entire time.
No, she's a ballerina.
Right. Or she used to be anyway.
Right.
That's her boobs and that's her own admittance, folks. I'm not being crude here. Now, if I want to be a jackass, I can say, I like it, I like it. That's another story. Okay, so I made a jackass. So if I said what else is there? So anyway, it's strange because I've been asked to dance by several people over the years, and I have not danced with the bulk of them, including Merce.
Yeah.
I did not want to let another opportunity pass on that one. And it was something where she said to me the night before, I get very upset if I don't have somebody to dance with. And I was like, well, we can't have that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as I was saying that rather coyly, there is something when I was looking in her eyes, I can't really, it's going to sound sappy, and, forget me, I read Nicholas Sparks stuff, but, there was something in her eyes that said, you'll be okay if you do this.
Yeah.
So it was like, okay, fine, let's give it a shot.
Yeah.
So I said, okay to her. And she said, well, you don't have to, you don't want to. I said, no, I told you to do it. So she was happy about that the night before.
Yeah.
Now, crossfade to the day of, this is another one of those timing is everything, folks. This is really true, what really happened. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
The DJ, after you guys danced, said, okay, the dance floor is now open for everybody to come up and dance. So the first one's a slow dance. So guys, grab that special somebody in your life and come up and dance.
Yeah.
Jenny turns to me and goes, be me. You want to do it? And I was faced with the choice of trying to make a joke out of it or be serious.
Yeah.
So I opted for being serious.
Yeah.
And I said, do you want to? And she goes, you don't have to if you don't want to. I said, no, I told you I'd do it. Do you want to do it? She goes, yeah. I said, okay, let's go.
Yeah.
So we went up and we waited because you guys were on the dance floor already.
Yeah.
And then she said, we'll give them a few seconds and we'll try to, okay, you're leaving anyway. So that was that. Then we went on and joined, and then other people started coming on and dancing. And at that point, my brain started kicking into like, okay, am I stepping on her feet? I kept looking down to see if I was stepping on her feet.
That's what I'm always like too.
And then it was like, okay, I have to keep a respectful distance. I can't be, hip to hip. As fun as that would be for me, I don't have that mentality, shall we say.
Yeah.
So, respectful distance, don't step on feet, and then try to avoid other couples on the floor.
Yeah, that's always fun, isn't it?
So that's what I was trying to do. And we were talking about it. She goes, oh, you're dancing pretty well. I said, thanks. She goes, did you dance outside of this? I said, just a little soft shoe. And she goes, what kind of soft shoe? Like tap? It's like, no, like Bob Hope.
Yeah.
If you watch any Bob Hope movies where he dances, that's kind of the way to dance on my own around my house. But, it's not, and you saw it at the other show. Right?
Yeah.
So, I had some moves, but not great, and it's mostly comical. It's not meant to be, skilled dancing.
Yeah.
So it was kind of weird to be getting into that dance thing with Jenny.
Yeah, sure.
But she was leading me around. So I don't care what she had to say in terms of like, wow, he knows how to dance, because I don't. And two, she was the one that was leading. I freely admit it.
Mm-hmm.
However, I was surprised to learn that your dad had said to my mom, "Did Nathan know how to dance before this?" And my mom goes, "Yeah, I taught him it." It's like, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I never fully learned how to dance. I just got a rough idea.
Mm.
I'm not a good dancer, I don't think. I mean, the only thing that I can like claim to in terms of dancing is I danced a slow dance, one-footed with Sarah Mel during a taping of a Burlington College Presents episode that never aired. And the only reason why I did it on one foot is because I sprained my knee again doing a high kick during a different dance in that same episode. And there's a part of that you can see in the losing control.
Yeah.
A little bit there too. Mm-hmm. That high kick that you see very
quickly. Yeah.
That is what did it.
Oh.
So, when you see the dancing when they're like this, slow dance folks, just look at Fred Astaire and Ginger Rogers, the way they hold each other, that was approximately what was happening.
Yeah.
When I was dancing with Sarah Mel, I was hopping around on one foot, and you can't tell that it's one foot.
Hmm. You hit it well?
Yeah, just somehow. And she's like, "Holy shit, he's doing it one foot." It's like, you can't use that audio because anyway. So, those were the highlights tonight. Yeah. But again, the holy shit of the thing was I danced with Jenny.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And it's not holy shit I danced with Jenny. It's holy shit I got up and danced.
Yeah, good for you.
So, there's that.
I mean, I was pretty freaked out with the first game you saw.
Yeah, but you made it look effortless.
It looked okay.
Yeah.
Because I had no idea what I told Sarah, like, I forgot all the moves.
Yeah, no, it looked fine. It looked like, you were, like you had choreographed it, but it looked like you knew what you were doing.
Yeah.
Which is more than I can say for when I'm moving around the dance floor. It was like,
yeah, it's intimidating. It's because we don't really have it in our culture when we grow up.
Well, that and like, how do you keep a respectful distance and do a slow dance at the same time?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the tricky part.
Yeah.
And as I said, I could have gone the other way and tried to pull her in closer, but I wasn't about to do that.
You get hit with two mountains, probably.
Hit with two mountains. Give me a second, I'll think of what that means. Oh, yeah, that. I wouldn't have complained. Not that the Donovan was complaining when he was that close, but
So even though the photographer lost all of our maiden photos, the assistant captured some that I think there actually might be one of you and Jenny Jason, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
I'll send it to you.
And you can find it.
It might be your backs, I don't know. But
whatever.
Yeah, I'll send it to you.
I can always label it.
Yeah.
Dick over there, Jenny over there.
Oh, come on, too hard on yourself.
Yeah, well, I'm saying that as a joke because it's like, think about it. You know how they say, like, don't kiss and tell?
Yeah.
I'm dancing and telling here.
Okay, though.
And I'm not saying this to hit on Jenny or anything, but really, she is a fantastic dancer, and she has an entertainer spirit in her.
Yes, she does.
And I'd say that any guys that have either mistreated her or have not appreciated her to their full extent, or dumbbells.
Yeah.
So if you want to call about half those guys dumbbells with me.
Yeah. I agree. Yeah. Definitely dumbbells. You know, just reminds me of Andy Donovan and the swimming incident. I was called that.
For those who don't know what I'm talking about with Thomas here, this swimming incident was kind of funny. It was, in short, Jenny was in a bathing suit, as has to be the case when you're swimming.
Yeah.
Unless you're a lifeguard, in which case you may go in your clothes, but that's another story. But she was swimming with Andy Donovan,
Yep, in a lake.
Thomas, and Jonathan. And
yes.
who else?
That was it.
Okay, so that group, they're all swimming.
Yep.
And kayaking and stuff.
Yep.
And Jenny did some kind of a flip or dive or something.
Yep.
And Thomas inadvertently captured a moment on film where she was in a certain position with her legs in the air, her torso going into the water, and Andy Donovan's face somewhere around the midsection of her crotch.
Yeah, looking straight down.
Yeah. And so needless to say that this compromising photo, although amusing, is not necessarily on the highlight reel of that particular hangout.
Right.
However, we have reason to believe, based on circumstantial evidence, that Donovan may have been thinking pretty hard about that for some time after that.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, his face looked like he was stunned.
Like how did I get so lucky?
The Twilight Zone or something like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't want to get sued by copyright. So yeah, I mean that. So the wedding.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great wedding.
Thank you.
And as I say, you guys make a great couple.
Oh, thank you, Nathan. I think so too. Have to think so now.
Well, you would kind of hope so now that you're married. Huh?
No, we do. Yeah. Yeah, it's been smooth sailing so far.
Smooth sailing.
Yeah, as much as it can be called that.
Yeah, except for the American cheese that you bought at DJ's.
Yeah, like I said, not too much dairy. Can't have too many cookies. No more salty chips at night.
Not too many sodas.
Yeah, can't bring my computer to bed. Can't play video games for more than half an hour. You know, things to keep me in check, right?
Yeah, but what's video games got to do with flatulence? Explain that to me.
Usually those things go hand in hand. I have a glass of milk and then I'm playing video games with a bag of chips. That's it.
Oh, okay, so that combination.
Yeah.
Okay, but you could still play video games for longer than a half an hour, providing that you don't go after a glass of milk and or chips.
Yeah. That's the quick answer.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Yep. No, that's good. I mean, seriously. Very supportive of me. Coming home late at night after a long day in the lab and stuff. So.
And you guys are pretty funny. You guys are playing off of each
Oh,
other.
yeah.
Yeah, if you could learn how to harness that, you could become the next Nick and Nora Churros.
Well, thank you.
Just try not to solve any murders, huh?
Yeah. Well, you know my brain capacity with that stuff.
Yeah.
Yes. Sherlock and Holmes. That's where real
Sherlock and Holmes, that's like your common of Bud and Abbott.
Yeah, I destroy all the evidence, right?
Yeah, you destroy the evidence in Grand Theft Auto, you steal all the cop cars and tanks.
I didn't abide by any of the stealth rules of Splinter Cell. Nothing.
Right. I know. Yeah. In the video game of L.A. Noire,
Yeah.
I tried to drive correctly. You were tearing ass through the town, blowing shit up, backing into other cars.
Yeah.
It's like anything that could go wrong did.
Yeah. Oh gosh. I guess because I can't do it in real life, I have to do it somewhere.
Well, they just said that you drive in video games like you would in real life if you could.
Yeah. Jeez. That was funny.
Now you know why I don't drive.
Yeah, I'm surprised you still ride passenger with me.
So am I. Especially after that last game that we played together.
Yeah.
I mean, you must have tore up half of a city block at least.
Oh, yeah, I did, what was it, $50,000 damage for a game that's supposed to take place in like the 1950s. Yeah, 40s, yeah. Yeah, that's a couple $1 million.
Yeah, right? That's something I don't want to blow my nose on.
Oh, no.
Now, this is funny. You know when you go to Walgreens?
Yeah.
They ask you to punch in like the last 4 digits of your phone number when you pick out medicine.
Yeah.
Okay, so I have not yet learned the new phone number here in New Hampshire.
Yeah.
I am not going to give away the phone number because I have not that much to go.
Yeah.
But because I have not yet learned it, and I do have to take up medication occasionally, my mom wrote down the number for me, and I had it in my pocket. Well, I'm having a little bit of an allergy thing.
Me too.
And so I had to get a little something to wipe my nose on. So I reached into my pocket, I pulled out this napkin that I was thinking about wiping my nose on, and I looked at it, and it has the phone number on it. And it's like, well, I guess I won't be wiping my nose on that.
You're right. Just put it in your phone, man.
Yeah, that's the thing, though. Is I had it in my phone, but when you go to reach for your phone, because I went to go reach for the phone when I was doing it the first time, and the person said, oh, we can skip that if you don't know it. It's like, fine, let's skip it.
Yeah.
This time I did it with the napkin, and I was okay. But in order to remember it, I'm putting it in my wallet so that I have it for the next time. But it's one of those things, I don't want to wipe my nose with that. So that's why I was saying, I don't want to wipe my nose with that. Anyway, where the hell are we here?
I have no idea.
Yeah, let's get back to the wedding then very quickly. What would you say was your favorite moment of the wedding?
My favorite moment of the wedding, seeing her come down the aisle, man. So beautiful. I mean, every guy will say that, right? But it's true.
Not every guy.
It's true. That and I kind of liked. I mean, this may sound bad. When everything was over, because then it's just quiet and it's just me and her, and just thinking about everything that transpired. It's a cool moment. And,
this was obviously before you found out that the photographer lost all the photographs.
Oh yeah, that was much later. That was after the honeymoon. The honeymoon was great too, if that counts as part of the wedding.
Yeah. Well, aside from the part that we can't talk about, what did you do on your honeymoon?
Yeah, so we went to Peter Island, British Virgin Islands. It's one of 60 islands in the Caribbean. It's like a resort. It's pretty small. At the time, there was about 15 other couples there, so it's adult only. It wasn't like Couples Retreat the movie. Everybody asks about that, but it's not like that. Much more low key. But it had 2 restaurants. It's run by a staff of about 200 people.
Yeah. Loki, did he have a stick?
Right. Low key, yeah.
Okay, go ahead.
But it's surrounded by beaches, obviously. It's an island. Very picturesque, white sandy. Unlimited drinks.
Blue water.
Yes, yeah. Turquoise blue water. And then your scenery is all the other islands, so it's pretty phenomenal. Just to see, masses of rocks in the middle of the ocean.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's never something I've never seen before.
Did you take any pictures, buddy?
Oh, of course, yeah. I haven't showed you any.
Yeah.
They're all on my computer, unfortunately. Yeah, I'll upload some of them to Facebook. I haven't done any Facebook. Oh, wow, I'm bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta do that.
Well,
yeah.
Well, the other option is you could show them because they weren't on not
Oh, absolutely. But, yeah, I mean, we went to a spa one day for half a day.
Hold on. Just on a second thought there.
Yeah.
I need to add. Whatever you do, make sure that you always show the ones where you guys have clothes on.
We didn't do any of those, I mean, you gotta learn from when movies start coming out. What was it called? Sex tape?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why would anybody? It comes out in October on Blu-ray too.
Yeah.
Nobody interested for the clouds.
Yeah, right.
Jennifer Lawrence, check that out.
No. We didn't do that. No videos and cameras. I can't vouch for other people who may have been looking up through the windows, though. Oh, we did hear a couple of incidences at night from our neighbors.
Curious incident of the pop in the night time.
Yep. And, yeah, I think it was a woman, I'm not sure. It sounded like a horse.
Maybe it was a horse.
Like that.
Maybe it was a horse.
Maybe. It was pretty impressive.
Yeah, that or the guy.
Yeah, right.
Speaking of horses, we have we're fostering a mini.
Oh.
And it's got one eye.
Oh, wow.
He does not get along with Rocky.
They fight?
Yeah.
Like nip at each other or what?
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, he bit Rocky. That's why Rocky goes after him.
Jeez.
And he keeps trying to get at Skeeter because he used to be a stud.
Oh my gosh. Oh man.
Now he's in Tobin. And he took his pride away. Or as Colin called it, the precious.
Yeah. Oh, so good.
Anyway, you're on your phone, sorry.
No, it's okay. So we went to the spa one day.
Yep.
Which was really nice. I mean, I'm not one for the idea of going to a spa, but they had panoramic views of the ocean and all this gardening sculpture stuff they set up, and very aromatic. That was a lot of fun. Sarah really liked that. That's how we started it off, and then we basically beach hopped on the island. I mean, there was 5 beaches over the course of the 4 days we were there. We went through all of them. And we went for a little hike on the mountain because it has biking trails and hiking trails to the top. This little outlook, and that was really cool. But a lot of it was really relaxing. I mean, you can push a button and have things delivered to your apartment or your room. So we did that. We had breakfast a few times, and then lunch and dinner were served from 2 fantastic 5-star restaurants. And it's just unlimited food and drink. So there's a lot of eating, a lot of sleeping. Sneaky pace.
In quotation marks.
Yeah. Beach hopping, things like that. So.
Well, Mambo Italian.
Oh, but the cool thing we did was we went on the catamaran. I don't know if you know what those are. Yeah. We went to Virgin Gorda, which means like the fat virgin, the fat lady and thing.
Nice.
And it's actually the only place in the world where there's like these big granite boulders in the middle of the ocean that form these caverns. And you can go snorkeling through them. So we did that. That was one day. Oh, and the other thing we did was we went to a 5-course dinner with this wine expert from California who was born in Jamaica called Rimble. And he used to and he was supposed to teach us on how to pair wines with foods based on all these rubrics.
Okay.
Like sour, sweet,
Right.
Acidity,
right, certain kinds of
red, white.
chicken or
yeah, and he would try to do things normally you hear you should do a white wine with chicken. Not this time, and this is why. Because this chicken has this kind of cheese in it, this cheese matches well with the red wine, you know what I mean?
Right.
So it was a learning experience, but we drank so much during that dinner, and because they gave us 5 full glasses, almost like a full, it must have been 6 ounces or more.
Okay, so 6 to 12?
Yeah. Each round, 5 courses. Everybody was hammered at the end. So initially everybody was a little reserved and I don't know who these people are.
And by the end of it, you're all shaking hands.
Yeah, best friends slapping each other on the ass, And then Rimple goes out there and he's like, okay, what's the take-home message of this class? And nobody answers. He's like, drink whatever the hell you want. He's like, and in that spirit, I'm taking these 5 bottles of wine and I'm going outside and you guys can either meet me or go to bed like a bunch of pussies. And we're like, okay.
Sorry, you went out and met him.
No, we didn't. We went to bed like a bunch of pussies. We were pretty... Well, that was the same day we came back from that Virgin Gorda tour. And on the way back from that, the pilot had a brilliant idea of getting a bunch of rum punch out, gallons of rum punch, and making us drink it all. So that was a long day.
Uh-huh.
You can ask Sarah, but towards the end of that catamaran tour, I was standing up, sitting up, talking to people. At the end, I was laying down with the rum punch in my hand, drinking, looking at the sail.
By the way, you ever read the book Rum Punch?
No.
You ever seen the movie that was made from it?
Very good.
No.
Well, I'm thinking of Rum
Rum Diary.
Rum Diary,
yeah. Now this is a Rum Diary. This is Quentin Tarantino movie called Jackie Brown. It's Robert De Niro, Chris Tucker, a bunch of other folks.
Huh.
Pretty good. Probably like it. It's one of those better woven stories in terms of the story goes, as far as the, let's say, action or whatever. But you probably like it.
Cool.
It's on Blu-ray now, so it's Pulp Fiction and Kill Bills and Grindhouse.
All of the other famous ones since 2000.
Yeah. So, anyway, I know we said it's a short, but we had a lot to talk about.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
So,
it was a good wedding.
Good, and glad you guys had fun on the honeymoon.
Yeah.
And she banged, she moved, sorry, I can't resist.
Don't worry, I won't be doing that tonight.
Yeah, I would hope not. As De Niro said, the fence tower, keep your seconds cage for 72 hours.
Yeah, right.
Or however long you have to be, let's put it that way.
Right.
Meanwhile, Sarah's upstairs going, oh, where is he? I want to pull her out.
She probably won't even let me in bed.
Yeah, honey, time to get in. Yeah, I don't want to go to school. Okay.
Alright, I'm just going to stay out of this room for a while.
Yeah.
So you sort things out.
Yeah, they'll be like, Anthony, can you come in? Yeah, I guess.
That is my default time, by the way, just in case.
No, just thinking that. Yeah, sure, you want to be in the haunted room?
Is it because of you or a ghost?
ghost. I know I'm deathly white, but that's another story. White as a sheet. Shaded sheet, right?
Anyway. No comment.
That's what she said.
I don't even know what to say to that.
That's what she said.
Why am I doing this?
That's what he said. Get some of that one in again.
Okay.
That's what she said. Anyway. It writes itself.
First time's the worst.
That's not what she said.
Yeah.
Right, Sarah?
Crickets.
Crickets. You're laughing there after that, son. Don't we have a bear that comes by here too?
No.
Yeah.
Regularly?
Well, let's put it this way. It took a massive dump just before the barbecue at our lawn. And then it was spotted recently around the barn. And it scared the crap out of my mom, so she took some pots and pans and started banging them together, and the bear just kind of meandered her way.
Yeah.
But, like, didn't really pay any heed to it, so apparently pots and pans do not phase the bears here.
So it could be out there right now.
In theory, yeah.
Jumping on my car.
No, it's in the backyard.
Okay, well, go after the horses.
I'd probably lock them up at night.
Okay, good.
Yeah, and you'll say that one-eyed monster tomorrow, the horse.
Yeah.
And the hooligan cat.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah. So just in case anybody's asking, very quickly, my mom has a large horse and a small horse. Here we are fostering a smaller horse as well on top of that. So we have 3 horses at the moment here at the barn. And we got a barn cat because we had mice in the barn. Well, the barn cat's been doing her job killing the mice, so that's good. There's less mice in the barn. Now, here's the funny part. Her name is Snickers. Yes, like the candy, Snickers. So, she's a character. She's great fun to have chase the laser light on a laser pointer, but do not try to pat her. She bites and claws. My mom was patting her today, and she grabbed hold of her tail and wouldn't let go, so the cat started trying to move, and so it pulled its own tail.
Nice.
Pulled its own tail. And when it got mad and it decided to try to swipe. Decided to try to swipe at me instead of my mom because I was closer. So I owe my mom a swipe by the cat.
Yeah. That's fun.
Only thing is, I'm not stupid enough to try to pull the cat's tail to get it to do what it did to me.
Yeah.
So I have to find a different way to torture.
Yeah. I'm sure you will.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. There's got to be some movie they show. I don't want to say that I have that I can make her watch. Question is, what movie is that? Anyway, we'll figure that out later.
Yeah.
Your wedding was a success. You guys made a great couple, and we'll have to say about Setting up that thing in October.
Yeah.
And
Birthday part 2.
Yeah. And we'll do another podcast for that.
Okay.
You show you Yankee Doodle Dynasty.
Sounds good.
So with that, I'm Taves.
Tom Sawyer.
And thank you for listening. Please tune into the next one and see what it is. Coming up, we have one in October that you and I are going to do. We've got one at Christmas time we're going to do with Bully. And we've got one that I'm going to do with my dad about gangsters, and I have no idea what the next one's going to be with my dad after that. I think it might be Jersey Boys.
Oh,
so
awesome.
That's what we've got for upcoming shows at the moment. I may sneak in a couple of solo ones depending on my mood about things. And so with that, thanks for listening. Tune into the next one, and good luck and open.